Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing all right. Have I got sound? Have I got, yep, check, we're in. I hope everyone's doing all right. We're back tonight with round 4 of P1RCs or P1 Race Communities Porsche 911 GT3 RS League. Only 7 drivers in the lobby tonight. Unfortunately, we've had a few drivers back out tonight for one reason or another. But still 7 drivers on track to be looking at. So we're live from Trial Mountain tonight. I've just had it confirmed. We've got 3 15-minute races coming up. Little qualifying session. Not sure if that started just yet, but we'll get to that in a second. So let's have a look at scores so far. Obi-Wan leading this championship then. He's sitting on 155 points up front. Mocking Weeks is hunting him down though on 147 in second. Pav 46 in third, he's 122 points on board. Pilgrim in 5th with 117 points. Tire Slayer in, Pilgrim in 4th with 117. Tire Slayer in 5th with 111 points. Ice Chand in 6th with 84 points. We've got P1 Don with 75 points on board for 7th. Captain Pugwash in 8th with 64 points. Skippy in 9th with 31 points. We've got Bo in 10th with 22 points and Slow Seamus 11th with 20 points. But again, only 7 drivers on track for tonight's race, I think, unless we get some drivers later on for the other 2 races this evening. But it doesn't look like they're going to be in for race 1. Qualifying just getting underway then. So merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Let me know. Right, into the lobby, turn the sound on. So anyone who's an old gamer on Gran Turismo will remember this circuit from the original game. It does bring back some memories. Graphics are a little bit better, I've got to say. So again, just the 7 drivers. We have got Obi-Wan, we've got Pav, we've got Pilgrim, Mocking Weeks, Captain Pugwash, Bo and Tire Slayer. So that's all we've got for qualifying. Whether we see anybody else for the start of the race or the latter races this evening, we'll see. But let's get ourselves on then. Turn all the usual nonsense on. So these Porsches do have DRS. That great big wing on the back has got a little flap on top that opens and closes. They do control that. There is a DRS function. They can press that. There you go. Just opens up now as he runs back up the hill for Obi. They do get to control that throughout the race. Again, graphics a little bit different to the very first time you would have driven this in the old days. They haven't got wheels bouncing out of wings and square headlights instead of round and stuff. But still, when it came out, the original one, it was jaw-dropping for the physics and the way it worked. If you don't know, you know, I was around when they came out. It came out and it was just different. It was just different to everything else, completely different. Right, hot laps starting now then. Pav 46 in his JPS livery. Out the black and gold. Pilgrim Designs handmade livery for this car in association with this channel and P1. Weeks, he's gone for the white one in race 1. Well, he's gone for the white one in qualifying. He does like to change the colour of that throughout the night. Pugwash, what have you got on tonight? It's a full Christmas setup going on for Captain Pugwash. There's Tyre Slayer rolling around him. Oh, he's gone for the spooktacular design look. Halloween special for tonight. Bo sitting in the pits. Not sure what's happening with Bo. I'm sure he was out on track a second ago. Best water technology on board for Obi. So we'll get ourselves on board with one of these drivers for a full lap after they finish these hot laps. These first hot laps. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with Bo. I'm not sure if he's stuck in the pits or whether he's not bothering to qualify. I don't know. Let's have a little jump on board with Mocking Weeks. He's got a Pilgrim just in front of him. Oh, not anymore, he hasn't. Pilgrim getting that one wrong. Okay, so we'll go for a lap with Mocking Weeks, shall we? Crossing that line then. Going top for the time being. Mocking sitting on pole length now, down towards turn 1. Backing off the throttle, trying to cut as many of these little apexes as possible through these little S's into these tunnels. Full left-hander coming up. We've got Obi-Wan backwards as we come through there. Almost full hairpin on the way through there into this tricky section. Just slows the cars right down through there. That's a very tight corner. A couple of little S's again, back towards this next tunnel section, full left-hander into the big long straight, towards the hairpin at the bottom, full tilt down here then, DRS wide open, these cars echoing through here, great big thunderous Porsches. Down here, Mocking 171. I saw it flick too hard on the brakes then, trying to get the apex right through this long sweeping left-hand hairpin back up the hill. Not DRSing through there, through these S's on the exit, back over the brow of that hill. Left-hand elbow coming up. Bit of a straight down towards this this track used to go straight on at some point in its life, but they put this in maybe stop people going insane down towards turn 1 through that final corner, back onto this start finish straight again, quite long this one, opportunities to overtake, but that's a lap of Trial Mountain here then in the USA. That's it. 5 minutes. Mocking's currently on pole. Pav done and dusted. He's in second. Pilgrim in third for the time being. Captain Pugwash in fourth. Tyre Slayer coming up towards the line in fifth. Stays fifth. Obi, he's on his final lap. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened with Bo, but he's still in that pits. Again, don't know if he's stuck or he's just not bothered. Was there penalties being served? I don't know. Well, Obi slinging that Porsche around these last couple of turns into the wall as well. Oh, it's a 250 lap, so he's throwing that one in the bin anyway. So that's a 6th place for him. And Bo now leaves the pits, so he will stay 7th. His car into a wall. So 3 15-minute races coming up. Obviously qualifying there, just setting up positions for race 1. Reverse grid from final positions in race 2. There's a drone there. Why don't I get that drone shot? And then wherever you finish at the end of race 2 is where you start at the beginning of race 3. Bo really doesn't like that Porsche, does he? Bam! Or tyre slayers Porsche. There he is then, pole sitter, Mockin, 1:56.093 on the clock. Almost a second faster than Pav. It is quite a long circuit though. There are those official results, just a single page tonight. Mockin then on top spot, Pav second, Pilgrim third, Captain Pugwash in fourth, Tyre Slayer fifth, Obi sixth and Bo in seventh. Race 1 coming up. So halfway down this start-finish straight then. Let's see if we get any false starts tonight. Bouncy Porsches usually off the line. Let's have a look. Lights go on then. And we are underway. We do get a little bit of a bouncy bounce from the Porsches. There seems to be a bit of a thing with them. Not too sure what's going on there, but Mockin Weeks storming down towards turn 1 then, holding on to that lead. Chasing him through. Pilgrim up into third, Pugwash fourth, Obi into fifth, Tyre Slayer, maybe a little bit of side-by-side action for those two. Captain Pugwash getting past Tyre Slayer as well. Sorry, that's Obi getting past Captain Pugwash and Tyre Slayer there. And Bo at the back, started at the back, 0.7 of a second down. Why have we got the horns blaring? Weeks then continues to lead. The lights go on as they hit these tunnel sections. Pulling a little bit of time over Pav, although he has just clattered into the wall. That time's going to come down. Not the place you want to do it on this big long straight. Not good battle happening behind. Obi-Wan has done something to that Porsche because it is stonking through the field at the minute. Finished 6th in qualifying. And he's currently taking out third position for third. There goes Obi into third. Then Pilgrim getting a smash into the wall. And he's now under pressure from Tyre Slayer, Pugwash and Bo all right behind him, looking for a way through. Let's get ourselves on board with Bo, looking at this battle in front. Pilgrim loses out totally there, ends up in 7th. Bo has a good exit through there, gets his way past Captain Pugwash, does he? Pugwash trying to drive around the outside at this turn. Getting a bit bumpy and bargy through here. Holds on to it through that next part of the corner, but here we go. Bo getting a drive on him down this start-finish straight. Neck and neck with the Christmas man. Tyre Slayer pulling a little bit of a gap. Pilgrim falling back a tiny little bit off these two. Got nowhere to go through these S's. Let's get this camera back to outfield. Pugwash up the inside of Tyre Slayer there. Tyre Slayer getting that corner all wrong. Oof. A little bit of contact between the two through there. Pugwash is going to hold on to it. Let's get ourselves back up front. Mockin Weeks. Still got Pav chasing him down. Obi trying to get that gap down as well. 1.5 seconds between third and second. On board with second place Pav then, chasing down Mockin. Just see the headlights of Obi-Wan in the tunnel. Closes up a little bit more into the hairpin at the bottom. Weeks gets over early. Different lines here. I'm not sure if Mockin's going defensive or whether he's just trying to keep that thing going as straight as possible for as long as possible. The drivers complaining they didn't like the Porsche. I think a lot of the drivers enjoy the Porsche now. There It's Obi still trying to catch up. He's not making any headway on these two at the minute. So Mockin leads us into lap 3 then. Still just 0.4 of a second ahead of Pav. Obi-Wan falls back a little bit more. That gap to 2.2 seconds. Bo up into 4th. Captain Pugwash in 5th, but under pressure from Tyre Slayer down towards turn 1. Almost shoving him around that corner. Tyre Slayer's got it wrong. He's into the wall. He's going to be backwards. Someone's put a curse on his Halloween car, unfortunately, so he now drops to the back of the field. Pilgrim gets through and hangs onto the back of Captain Pugwash and Bo as well. That's a long way down for Tyre Slayer. 15-minute races, damaged front and rear for him as well. He's going to keep that car running slow for a second or two. Now he's out on the sports mediums. He's got it sideways through there as well, so they do have to use a set of sports mediums at some point throughout tonight. Sports softs for the other 2 races, not the racing softs. Sports softs, so they are a little bit looser than the standard racing tyres. Mockin on the softs, Pav on the softs, Obi on the softs. Bo on the soft mediums on then for Captain Pugwash. Pilgrim on the mediums. Tyre Slayer on that medium tyre as well. Now he's back up to full pace. He's 8.5 seconds behind. Still got 10 minutes, 9.5 minutes left to play with. Might be able to make something of this one. Rocky Weeks still leading. Pav keeping it right there with him though. Below a second, gets a good toe down this straight, won't be close enough to go for a move into turn 1. Keeping it right there. Obi taking a couple of tenths out of these two. Still struggling to bring them back to into the fight. Bo then in 4th, starting to pull a little bit of a gap from those drivers on that medium tyre behind. A long way down from the top 3 though, unfortunately, 12.8 seconds. He did start from the back of the pack. Again, not too sure why, but he did start, didn't do a qualifying lap, I don't think. Did you, Bo? I didn't see you out on track, I don't think. Oh, Pilgrim's got the back end loose on that thing. Those medium tyres, struggling through these S's a little bit. Pugwash not going for the Halloween livery. He's gone full Christmas already. Got everything on there, reindeers, Christmas trees, the lot, snowmen, you name it. Tyre Slayer still trying to bring these boys back. 7.3 seconds behind, so he is making a little bit of headway on them. Again, halfway through race 1 here. It's a tall order for him. Mockin Weeks has found a bit of time. Pav has finally given him a little bit of breathing room. Tyre wear not really coming into it, so it looks more like a mistake from Pav. Oh, maybe. Yeah, more of a mistake from Pav, but looks like a good lap or 2 from Mockin. Yeah, it was 1:55.7 there. Nobody else hitting the 1:55s yet from the top 3 at least. And again, P3 Obi has made a bit of time back up on Pav, so I think there was a slight mistake from Pav. And a couple of really good laps from Mockin to make that gap happen. 2.3 seconds. Again, they will have to use the medium tyre at some point, so they will be at a disadvantage later on in one of the races. Top 3 then, gap starting to open up. Pilgrim back up into 4th. Bo's got it all wrong. He's put himself all the way to the back of the field. He's now got front and rear damage. Tyre Slayer does make him a position then. He's still 7 seconds behind Captain Pugwash. Been gifted a position by Bo. Pugwash still on the hunt for Pilgrim. Just 1.3 seconds behind him. Another tiny mistake. You can see Captain Pugwash up the field a little bit. I think he's found the horn button as well. Is your horn button the DRS button as well? Is that what it is, Captain Pugwash? Or do you just jam your hand on all the buttons and hope that one of them is the DRS? Medium tyres, loosening up. That gap coming down between third and second up front. Just over a second between Obi and Pav. He's starting to disappear a little bit with it now. He's almost 3 seconds up the road. There is Pav, John Player special. Obi now 1.1 seconds behind him. That was at 2.3 seconds earlier on in the race, so he's slowly but surely carving that time out of Pav. Nice tight line through there. Oh, it just dropped below a second between Obi and Pav. Starting to run out of time now though. 10.5 minutes into race 1, 15 minutes for 3 races tonight. So the battle on here then for second. Mocky Wheats now 3.2 seconds up the road. Nice, comfortable one now. He's managed to break that toe of Pav behind him. That gap is still coming down between Obi and Pav. It's less than a second. He's in slipstream range. Ooh, mistake by Pav. Rear end of that Porsche comes round a little bit. Able to take advantage at the minute though, Obi. Just piling the pressure on Pav in front at the minute. Now he'll close up down here as well. So 0.6 of a second behind him at the minute in that slipstream range. Starting to come down now again. It's not quite as long as you think this straight. He'd much rather he was this close down the back straight towards that hairpin. He's still trying to chop that time down between himself and Pav. Different lines on the way through here. Closes up on the way in, but I think Pav gets a slightly better drive on the way out of here and just opens that gap back up. Late braking for Obi. Slung one up the inside. Even I wasn't expecting Pav to stick the anchors on then, but there you go. Obi gets his way through. Can he hold on to it? We are onto that long straight. Okay. Obi then feeling like he might have been a bit harsh there. I didn't think so. Maybe he outbraked himself. There you go, he's given the position back to Pav and the battle back on again then for this second position. Again, that's real good sportsmanship. You know, he could have just taken that second and tried to keep it till the end of the race, but just that little bit of possibility that it could have been his fault that Pav got nudged over is enough to warrant giving him that position back. Battle it out fair and square again for another lap or two. But the gap now between race leader and those boys is 5 seconds. He's got a great big chunk of time. There he is through that last couple of sharp S's. And here come Pav and Obi again, battling it out for that second position. A minute and a half left. These are 2-minute laps, and this will become the final lap then. might be a little bit too far back. Needs to close that gap down. Pilgrim's having a little race of his own. He's 30 seconds behind the top three. 4.5 seconds ahead of Captain Pugwash in 5th. He's got another 5.2 seconds over Tyre Slayer. And he's got 25 seconds over this man. Bo, unfortunately, was in 4th, spun it round, stuck it in the wall, damaged the car, and now all the way back in 7th. He does start from the front of the pack in race 2, though. Reverse grid format for race 2. Walking then easily holding on to that first. Pav as well pulled a bit more time over Obi. That gap stretched up to 2.3 seconds. Looking safer and safer for him for that second position. And everybody else, I suppose it's only going to take a mistake and a couple of these drivers could gain a position or two. Captain Puggo. So we are into that final lap. Who's that coming up towards the line? Who's that coming up to the line? Who's that? Who's that random driver? Oh, it's Bo. It was Bo. Okay. So he comes home and takes that first position of the evening. He comes home in 7th. Mocking Weeks comes around that final corner. He's going to be safely in 1st for race 1. 5 seconds in front by the time he crosses the line. Slows down a little bit with the weaving. Pav's going to easily hold on to 2nd. There he goes. Obi, well fought, but it wasn't to be. 3rd place for him. Pilgrim comes home in 4th. Well, he will, unless he gets this last corner wrong. Don't forget to vote for Driver of the Day, people. It's the only place that you can vote for Driver of the Day. So whether you're driving or racing in this, whether you're just watching as a randomer, then, you know, obviously wait till you've seen all 3 races, because you might see some phenomenalness later on. Don't just rely on race 1. Pilgrim taking that 4th in. Pugwash coming home for 5th. Tyre Slayer taking 6th. And Bo we've already seen cross the line. And again, yeah, vote for Driver of the Day. Oh, Tyre Slayer giving us a little bit of a show off then. Goes for a burnout just before he crosses the line. Thank you, sir. So yes, vote for Driver of the Day in the YouTube chat, people. That's the only place it gets picked up, and there are prizes at the end of the season for, I suppose, Driver of the Season. But there you go. Mocking, staying in front all the way through race 1. Taking the win. A clean race as well. Obviously, Pav not quite close enough to get him, so there wasn't any contact between them, so he gets maximum stars and points and everything for race 1. And then we jump into race 2 in a few minutes. I can imagine it's going to be about 33 minutes past. Oh, Mr. Bowman's left the room. Hopefully he comes back with a different livery or something. Did you do this last time, Bo? Disappeared and then came back. Interesting. So there it is then, race 1 results. Mocking on that top spot. Again, real good fastest lap there, 1:55.7. So maximum points so far for Mocking. Pav 46 in 2nd, Obi in 3rd, Pilgrim 4th, Captain Pugwash in 5th, Tyre Slayer in 6th, and Bo in 7th. There you go, 33 minutes past. That's when race 2 will start. So that will be reverse grid from the finishing positions you've just seen. So Mocking will start at the back, and Bo, if he returns, will start at the front. If not, we're down to 6 drivers. So you may see, obviously, the drivers that were on the medium tyre in race 1. So that'll be Tyre Slayer, Pilgrim and Captain Pugwash. And they'll have the softs on for the last 2 races. Mocking, Pav, Obi and Bo, if he returns, they've all used a set of soft tyres, so they've got another set of softs to use and a set of mediums, so you might see a bit of a mix. Although it has been known that they seem to save the faster drivers seem to save their mediums for the final race, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. They might have changed their format. There was a bit of noise in the chat earlier about how slow the medium tyres were compared to the softs in terms of lap times. Yeah, don't... Walking Week's just coming in the chat saying 6, ouch, in the PlayStation chat, but not necessarily. Bo might be back. We'll see. Again, I'm sure he did this last week, disappeared and then came back. Or did he just disappear? I can't remember. I'm sure he came back. Well, it'll make for an interesting race, these 6 drivers reverse grid. Faster drivers. Hopefully everyone sticks a set of softs on and we can all have a real good punch up for this second one. And then the third one, we'll get the faster drivers on the medium tyres and the slower drivers on the softs. Can we do that? Yes, we can. It's not my choice though, not my decisions. I don't get to change the rules. I just talk nonsense over the top of it all. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, people. Don't forget to share it out to anyone who might be interested. Vote for Driver of the Day in the chat, because again, it is the only place that it gets picked up. And there are prizes at the end of the season for Driver of the Season, and I don't know whether it's individual Driver of the Week, Driver of the Day trophies, or whether it's accumulated over the season. We'll see. Still only 6. Maybe we're not going to see Bo back. So we were already short of drivers tonight anyway. Some drivers are coming in the Facebook chat early, just saying they couldn't make it. So we were already a couple of drivers short. Unfortunately, we've just lost Bo. And race 2 should be kicking off any second. Many different times looking at me. 32 on my phone, now 33 on my PlayStation, and it was already 33 on the PC ages ago, so who knows which one's right. Here we go then. So we are only going to see 6 drivers for race 2. Apologies if you hear any popping and banging in the background. We've got fireworks going off. So reverse grid race 2 then. Let me get the nonsense on quickly. Hopefully no false starts in this one. Tyre Slayer leading us out then. Captain Pugwash in 2nd. Pilgrim 3rd. Obi in 4th. Pav in 5th. And Mockin in 6th. Held for a long time. Good start by everyone. Bouncy Porsches kicking off again. Tyre Slayer going for a bit of a swerve across the track. Coming back in. Captain Pugwash though holds that lead down towards turn 1. Soft tyre on board for Captain Pugwash. Tyre Slayer on the soft tyre as well for race 2. Pilgrim soft tyre, medium tyre on board for OB. Getting rid of that one in the 2nd race then. Same for Pav. There's another set of soft on board for Mockin. So Pugwash leads. 6-car race. That's all we've got for race 2, unfortunately. They snaked through the first set of S's. this long tunnel then heading down towards the hairpin at the bottom. Will we see any overtakes here? All being found. Mocking Weeks has found his way past Pav in the background. There he is on board with on Pav 46, who's just dropped to the back of the field. Again on that medium tyre versus Mocking Weeks, second set of softs. Pav having a little think back going up the inside, but Mocking Weeks should be able to brake later than him, turn tighter than him. And there you go. Gets that little advantage coming out of the corner, pulls away from Pav 46, gets himself closer onto the back of Obi-Wan in front. Obi also on that medium tyre for race 2, so Mocking Weeks might be able to make short work of him as well. No slouch behind the wheel, obviously, Obi, but that tyre difference, I think, just going to be the difference between the two of them. Tyre Slayer in second, then soft tyre. Pilgrim also on the soft tyre in second. Got his way past Tyre Slayer. And on the hunt for Christmas Pugwash in front. So I think it is. His DRS button is definitely his horn button as well, isn't it? Because every time you see that little DRS function open, you hear his horn going off as well. So the train continues then into these tunnels, mocking up the inside of Obi-Wan then. Into fourth he goes. Obi drops to fifth. Pav keeps himself tucked onto the rear end of him as well. Still. Oh, Obi gets it sideways through there. Pav's almost round the outside of him. Mocking Weeks through to fourth then on that soft tyre. Now chasing down the top three. Just a second behind Tyre Slayer. Top three also on the softer tyre. But Mocking Weeks, one of the faster drivers in P1. To chase those three down. Let's have a look. Pilgrim then having a look at Captain Pugwash into the hairpin. Up the inside he goes. Has he gone too fast, too deep? Captain Pugwash able to swing one back up the inside, has he? He's going to drag race back up the hill. Pilgrim should hold the line into this next corner, but and does so. Into the S's then, can defend a little bit through here. Captain Pugwash under pressure from Tyre Slayer. All coming under a bit of pressure from Mocking Weeks then, just 0.7 of a second back from that trio. Board with him as Tyre Slayer goes back up and takes that position off of Captain Pugwash, losing a couple of positions there then Pugwash. Mocking Weeks looking to take positions off of all of them. Not able to get past there, he's just going to follow the slipstream down here. Stay behind them through the S's. There goes Pilgrim, Tyre Slayer, Captain Pugwash, Mocking in fourth. Can't see. 4 seconds back at the minute is Pav and Obi. As we just have ourselves a little bit of an overtake then. Mocking Weeks using those softer tyres. Into third he goes. Gets his way past Captain Pugwash. Chasing down Tyre Slayer and Pilgrim in front then. So, Obi making a mistake. It's allowed Pav 46 through. He's into fifth then. Obi in sixth. Captain Pugwash just losing that position up front to Mocking Weeks. Sitting in fourth at the minute. Mocking in third. Just 0.8 of a second now behind Tyre Slayer. Again, that gap coming down will gain massively under braking through here as well. Mocking Weeks on the charge then. Right behind Tyre Slayer heading up here. Again, nowhere to go through these S's. Just going to have to wait his time a little bit, Mocking. Tyre Slayer's got a corner or two to defend. Now will Mocking go for a storm down here, try and get him into these last couple of corners, into the elbow before the start finish straight, or will he wait? Looks like he's waiting. He's got Pilgrim just in front as well, not quite in slipstream range, but Tyre Slayer putting his car in the middle of the track. Mocking Weeks goes to the outside, looking for a better run into these S's. Ooh, sideways a little bit there for Tyre Slayer. Puts the pressure on himself. Soft tyres for the top four then. Captain Pugwash just falling off the back of these three a little bit. Safe from Pav and Obi at the minute. These two keeping themselves pretty much neck and neck. Again, both of those two on the medium tyre, so they will be running a bit slower. Now, will Mocking Weeks get a good run on Tyre Slayer? Can he get the move done before the hairpin at the bottom? I think it's a little bit too far back, 0.3. He is. Can't go for the dive up the inside then into the hairpin, but tucks himself into the slipstream of Tyre Slayer coming out of that corner. He's going to have to wait a lap or a couple of corners again and have another go. Not managed to get past him at all yet. There's not been a battle. Tyre Slayer's put his car exactly where he needs to be. Pilgrim then leads 1.3 seconds at the halfway point of race 2. Tyre Slayer just defending from Mocking Weeks. Getting that one a little bit wrong, has he? No, he hasn't. Thought Mocking Weeks was able to slip one up the inside there, but he hasn't been able to do it. That gap opens up again, giving Tyre Slayer a little bit of breathing room. Captain Pugwash trying to hang on to these two. Almost a second behind, but he's bringing that time back. The little battle happening in front is just allowing him to close back up. 46 and Obi, again still just 0.7 in between these two. That's pretty much where it's been all race. There is race leader Pilgrim, pulling more time from Tyre Slayer. It's the perfect buffer at the minute for Pilgrim, just allowing him to pull a little bit of time. Battling out with Mocking, so even if Mocking does get past him, he's going to have a little bit of a breathing room himself. Mocking, the same gap, 0.3 coming into this hairpin. Still not able to get past him. Captain Pugwash loses that advantage he did gain, 0.3 of a second. Pav making a tiny mistake maybe. Obi's all over the back of him. Almost bumper to bumper coming out into that hairpin. Mocking Weeks, where have you done that? Through the S's? Where have you done that? It wasn't at the hairpin. Gets his way past though into second. So the hunt is really on then. We're at the pretty much the 10-minute mark. We've got 5 minutes left for Mocking to try and chase down race leader Pilgrim. 1.7 second gap at the minute. Tyre Slayer then into third. Captain Pugwash keeping himself involved in this fight, just sitting there in fourth, allowing these two to have a bit of a punch up. Gets himself back in the fight, chasing down Tyre Slayer. Again, these two neck and neck, nothing in it. Then leads. He's got that buffer. He's hoping that's going to be enough to hang on to the lead of the race till the end. It is coming down. Mocking Weeks making great time on him through the S's. Gets it down to a second as he hits the tunnel. Tyre Slayer under a bit of threat himself, so third, being chased out by Captain Pugwash. There's just 0.4 of a second in it between those two, so that position again might change before the end of the race. Weeks stomping down there, gets that time down to 0.7 of a second between himself and Pilgrim. Pilgrim must be feeling a little bit of pressure. Gap come right down then, 0.3, 0.4. That's where I thought Mocking Weeks had got Pav earlier on, but no, cut his way across. Pilgrim then leads coming into lap 7, but Mocking Weeks just 0.3 of a second behind him. Gap's opening up behind, 2 seconds back to Tyre Slayer in third. Then he's got worries of his own though. Captain Pugwash looking to get that third position back off him before the end of this one. 3 minutes left in the race. Pav holding 5th. Just keeping himself ahead of Obi-Wan. Both Pav and Obi rocking the medium tyres for race 2, hence why they're having a little race all of their own. Again, unfortunately, we lost a driver between race 1 and race 2, so we're down to 6 cars. Pilgrim has held on to the lead into the S's, coming onto this long tunnel section though. Chases on, just 1/4 of a second in it between Mockin and Pilgrim. This is the closest I've seen Mockin to anybody who's gone for the overtake down here. Pilgrim gets his car over to the left, makes it as difficult as possible for Mockin. Pilgrim just controls it through there. We've seen Mockin go for moves on the way through these S's, on the exit of these S's. Managed to get his way past Tyre Slayer. Chase still on, still 0.2 of a second in it. Oh, nearly up the inside there. Would have helped him out a little bit if he could have carried the speed down to this corner. He's trying to get it slightly neater than Pilgrim, get himself tucked right onto the rear end. Getting a good exit out of there though, opens that gap up a little bit. Not quite close enough. Oh, what are you doing? Wrong button. Not quite close enough again through there. Do it all over again then, Mockin. Tyre Slayer managed to pull a little bit of a gap between himself and Captain Pugwash now. Talking about Mockin almost up the inside of Pilgrim. Just saw him while I was watching Tyre Slayer come into the tunnel section. Mockin Weeks have a little look at Pilgrim. So Tyre Slayer has pulled a little bit of time over Captain Pugwash, gives him a teeny bit of breathing room. And these two still battling it out for 5th and 6th all the way to the end. 2.5 minutes left of race 2. Pilgrim. Oh. Under serious threat for that position coming down the hill. Mockin all over him. Even before they exit the tunnel, side by side. Can Pilgrim defend it again through here? Oof. Using the track to his advantage. It was mucky. It was mucky is what it was. I won't say it was dirty, Pilgs, but it was, yeah, it was definitely mucky, that was. But, you know, you're controlling the pace of the race. It's your circuit to do what you want with in that respect. But here we go, Mockin Weeks forcing his way up the inside, coming down towards this elbow at the bottom. Just got to outbrake Pilgrim. Can Pilgrim run it around the outside? Though he can. He's going to have the inside line into this final corner, but who's going to get the drag race down towards turn 1? Pilgrim just hangs on to it. Still kicking off for third behind. Captain Pugwash has managed to close the gap right back up to... Oh! Apologies. looking at the wrong thing. But there we go. Pilgrim did hold on to the win. Mocking Weeks stays second. Tyre Slayer hangs on to third. Captain Pugwash fourth. Pav is going to take fifth. Obi-Wan will take sixth sideways. Apologies, I was looking at completely the wrong clock then. Thinking we had a minute or so left, but we didn't. And there it is. Pilgrim taking that win. Again, just defending muckily, will I say, on that hairpin at the bottom. That's what we're going to call that, Pilgs. He would have had you. There's no doubt about it. He would have had you if you had to pull that move. I'm adamant he would have had you on the drag race up the hill and into that next set of S's. He would have had you through there. But again, not for me to call you out, but I'm calling you out a little bit. But like I say, it's your track to control, isn't it? You were even coming in the PlayStation chat. Full capitals. Max Verstappen it on the last lap by the looks of it. Just sent it to block that gap off for Mocking Weeks. He's gone full Max Verstappen. Pills, dirtbag. That's it. I'm calling it. It's full on dirt now. But some good racing. And now let's have a look at final race positions. This is going to be the start order for race 3 here. So Pilgrim will be up front, Mocking Week second, Tyre Slayer third, Captain Pugwash in fourth, Pav in fifth, and Obi-Wan in sixth. But Mocking Weeks will be the only driver on a set of medium tyres. Everybody else will be on softs. So what can he do with that? We're looking at how slow the mediums were for everyone else. I think he's going to slowly but surely fall to the back of the field and probably end up sixth. Probably. We'll see though. We'll see. Might be able to make that Porsche wider than everybody else's. That's some nonsense, that is, Pilgrim. Saying he outbraked himself in that hairpin at the bottom. That wasn't outbraking himself. You've even said it. You full Max Verstappened it. Dirtbag. So again, a 15-minute race coming up for the final race. Wherever they've just finished is where they're going to start for race 3. I'm going to say 56 for start time, maybe 57. I could be lying. And again, vote for Driver of the Day, people. So that's 2 of the races you may or may not have seen, all of them. So that's 2 races we've had so far. Still got 1 more race to go, but vote for Driver of the Day in the chat. It's the only place he gets picked up, and the admin pick that up and they use that, and prizes are given out to the drivers at the end of the season. See that little drone that's just flown across there? I want that camera. I want that drone chase cam ability option thing. I control it. Give me that option, PlayStation. Stop making the camera move when it hits a pole, damn it. Or a tree or anything. Just let it go through it. Damn it. We've got drivers somewhere doing burnouts. Where are you? There we go. Captain Pugwash sticking the Christmas livery in the wall. Oh no, there's a few drivers being chaotic. It's going for a torpedo into the side of Captain Pugwash. Tyre Slayer trying to take out a full set of tyres before race 3 kicks off. How's he getting on? Not well. You still got him first. You need to... There you go. There you go. Get it spinning. All the way up into 6th gear. That's the way. That's the way to do it. Right, here we go then. Race 3 tonight. Again, final positions is where you start. Final position from race 2 is where you start in race 3. So here we go. Pilgrim on the front row then. Followed by Mocking Weeks. Followed by Tyre Slayer. Followed by Captain Pugwash. Followed by Pav. Followed by Obi-Wan. And here we go then. Lights are on. Oh, it's a false start by Obi at the back. That's going to cost him. So Pilgrim leads. Mocking already going for a bit of a move on him. He needs to make this work early on those mediums. Needs all the advantage he can get, but Pilgrim, oh, he does just manage to squeeze his way through then, Mocking. He's got a battle on his hands now though. He's got 5 drivers behind him, all on that faster tyre. He's on the mediums. Got a couple of corners left where he can hang on to this one, and then he's going to get onto this long tunnel section, although he's already driven himself a little bit wide through there. Pilgrim might be able to make his way past. He has, as has Pav 46, gets his way through into 2nd. Again, I think Mocking Weeks is just going to hemorrhage positions here on that medium tyre versus the rest of them. But, another move happening here. Is Pilgrim going to Verstappen Pav 46? 46 already well in front by the looks of it. Oh no, Pilgrim's just hanging on to that one. Doesn't Verstappen Pav into the wall. Pav then has to slot himself back into 2nd. Tyre Slayer's got his way past Mocking Weeks as well. Mocking Weeks falls back to 4th. Obi-Wan right behind him. Captain Pugwash right behind him. So everybody out on that soft tyre except Mocking. Pav and Pilgrim side by side. Late braking for Pav. Has to go straight there so as not to take out Pilgrim. Oh, little dink into the wall as well. Still going to get a good toe off of Pilgrim down here. That will open up a little bit. Got enough time between himself and Tyre Slayer not to worry about it at the minute. A little bit sideways there for Pilgrim. Pav closes the gap right up, almost slides one up the inside there. Gap at 0.5 of a second between these two. There is Tyre Slayer, 0.8 of a second back in. Hunted by Obi, who's got his way past Mocking Weeks as well. And it's just Captain Pugwash left to do that. And unfortunately, you're just going to see Mocking Weeks go further and further down the field. So Pav 46, a little too far back to go for a move into the hairpin at the bottom here. Tyre Slayer holding on to 3rd, but Obi-Wan just 0.3 of a second behind him. Again, maybe a little bit too far back to go for a move unless it's some amazing outbraking. Stays where he is. Mocking Weeks then just hangs it out wide. And Captain Pugwash slots his way through into 5th. He can get back on the hunt for those 4 drivers in front as well. And here we go. You're just going to see Mocking Weeks fall further and further back. Unfortunately, that medium tyre is going to be no match for the soft tyre, which everybody else is on. Real good battle between these two, Pav 46 and Pilgrim. Tyre Slayer and Obi-Wan bringing up the rear of this one. Pav 46 all over the back of Pilgrim around that final corner. Quarter of a second in between them. Not going to be close enough to go for a move. Pilgrim's not risking it though. He goes defensive over to the pit wall. Sees Pav go to the outside, moves that car back into the middle. Starting to get a little bit loose. The tyre wear does play its part in these races. Not so much in the shorter races, but it can just catch you out if you're not quite expecting it. Still leading then, Pav all over the back of him. Tyre Slayer holding on to third. Obi just dips it into the wall there, holding fourth. Captain Pugwash, unfortunately, out of tow range at the minute. 2.2 seconds behind Obi. There is Mockin, 1.7 seconds back. See where he is at the end. Be on here. Pilgrim again goes defensive down towards this hairpin, side by side with Pav on the way in. I think he's just going to hold the line. Got his nose far enough in front that he should hang on to that one. Pav not able to switch it back up the inside on the exit. Real close between these two. And again, this battle is allowing Tyre Slayer and Obi-Wan to bring themselves back into it. If they battle it out too much, Pugwash will get himself back in the game. Whoa. Lead of the race almost swapped there, did it? No, Pilgrim just keeps himself in front. They were side by side back down towards this next turn, but Pilgrim's just managed to get his way back in front. So let's get ourselves on board with Obi. Back of Tyre Slayer a little bit. Tyre Slayer's right on the rear end of Pav 46 though, coming into these S's. Just backs off the throttle on the way in there. As these boys do whatever they want to do, and he can just come in nice and hot. Closes up on Pav 46 then into this first tunnel. He's got himself onto the back end of this fight as well. Pav's struggled to get the power down out of there. Tyre Slayer's hunting him down, has a little look up the inside. Top four, bumper to bumper. There is Captain Pugwash just in the background as well. There's nowhere to go for anybody. Pilgrim just hanging on to the lead of the race. Pav 46 pretty close again this time though. Again, Pilgrim dips over to that left hand side, goes defensive. Drag race down towards this corner then. Pav 46. Pilgrim sticks the brakes on. Gets that car back across onto the apex and cuts the move off for Pav 46. He's carrying a little bit too much speed through there as well. Almost leaves the door wide open for Tyre Slayer to get one through. Real battle here then. Top four, bumper to bumper around that last lap. Still pretty much bumper to bumper coming down to this final corner here as well. Halfway through race 3, top 4, here they go. Pugwash unfortunately falls a little bit further back off these boys. Pav 46 then goes to the outside of the track. Pilgrim keeps it on that inside. Still hangs on to the lead of the race through here. Do get a little bit loose these Porsches, as you can see. Takes a couple of stabs at some of these corners sometimes. Tyre Slayer goes a little bit deep through there. Carries a bit too much speed. Obi chucks one up the inside. Tyre Slayer is going to keep his wing just on the inside coming into this next corner. Oh, but Obi able to carry the speed on the way out of that one. Tyre wear starting to kick in. You can see them just having to back off the throttle a little bit around some of the faster corners. To the lead of this race. Pav 46 has tried every kind of opportunity to get past him down here. hasn't worked so far. 9 minutes into race 3, 15-minute race. Only 6 drivers on track, unfortunately. It's a good battle it's been so far. Here they are, top 4, pretty much neck and neck. Captain Pugwash's 2.3 seconds behind. Just took him a little bit longer to get past Mocking Weeks, by which time the gaps up front had opened up a little bit. And there is Mocking Weeks, just struggling around here now then on those mediums. He knows he's not in the fight. In this race he just can't battle against everybody else who's on the softer tyre. Here they go again then. Pilgrim leads us round for another lap then, lap 6. 5 minutes left. Path 46 all over the back of Pilgrim through here. Absolutely nowhere for him to go though. Starting to make the charge for second. Tyre Slayer still in this fight, but just falling off the back of the top 3 now. Oh, Path 46 just lost that position to Obi. He's found a line up the inside there. Drag race between these two. Both drivers hunting for the slipstream off of Pilgrim in front. Again, Path 46 has just got his nose next to Obi. He's got to give him room here. Almost a little bit of contact, but no, he does get his way through. Tucks his way onto the rear end of Pilgrim. Not happy about that, he wants that position back. Chasing down Obi for that second then. Tyre Slayer in third, just a second off the top 3. Almost out of tow range if he keeps it in this second. Captain Pugwash pulling a little bit of time back on Tyre Slayer. And Mocking Weeks just falling further and further back, unfortunately. 12 minutes into race 3. Pilgrim leads. Obi in second. Pav in third. Tyre Slayer fourth. Captain Pugwash. Oh, Pilgrim risking it through there. He has. It's cost him. Obi's managed to get his way up the inside. Pilgrim's had to back off the throttle, otherwise he would have chucked himself off track. And Obi's just kept the power on, forced his way through. Pav 46 almost goes a little bit deep through there as well. Tyre wear really starting to catch these drivers out in the closing moments of this race. Tyre Slayer well within tow range of Pav 46. He was, just loses a bit of time through there. Oh, that was Captain Pugwash. I thought that was Obi-Wan that had got it backwards, but I hadn't seen Obi go around the corner. Obi leads then. Pilgrim into second position. Obi's turn to go slightly defensive into this corner, whilst Pilgrim got Path 46 goes for an absolute lunge down there. Carrying some good speed all over the back of Pilgrim again. Obi leads then. Pilgrim and Pav 46 side by side into this final corner. I've seen them come into this one before. Pilgrim did seem to come out on top. Oof, Pav slots his way through though. He does get his way past into second, back on the hunt for first then. Just 0.7 of a second behind Obi. But I've only got a minute left, so final lap. This is going to be all 6 drivers on the same straight, even Mocking Weeks all the way back there. Look, 8.4 seconds, but he is on the same straight as those other drivers. Obi then starts to pull out a little bit more time over Pav 46. That stretches to about a second. Pilgrim pushing. It could be costing him a tenth or two to Pav. He's still within the danger zone of Tyre Slayer. There is Captain Pugwash as well. That down to 1.2 seconds, so that battle in front has helped him out a little. Maybe not enough to move back up the field, but he is back on the rear end of the rest of the pack. Obi opening that time up again. Gains another couple of tenths on Pav 46. Tyre Slayer within tow range of Pilgrim. Captain Pugwash was just in tow range of Tyre Slayer then as well. So last couple of corners coming up then. Obi's fought his way through and managed to get his way past all the other drivers and into the lead of race 3 here. Good battle though, top 4, real close for a couple of laps. Into the wall on the exit of that corner, but he doesn't care anymore. He's only got to go down here across the line. Does so with a second to spare. Obi takes the win then. Pav 46 comes home in second. Pilgrim takes third. Tyre Slayer fourth. Captain Pugwash, he was very close in the end then. 0.8 off Tyre Slayer. Mocking Weeks on that medium tyre comes home in 10th. Not too bad, 10.6 seconds from Captain Pugwash and only 14 seconds behind race leader, even on that slower tyre. So not too bad at all, Mocking. There it is then, Obi-Wan taking the final win here tonight. So 2 on board for, well, sorry, 1 on board for Mocking, 1 on board for Pilgrim. And an Obi-Wan. And again, don't forget to vote for Driver of the Day. Really good battle in that final race. Again, you see, if you hadn't stuck around, you wouldn't have seen that. You wouldn't have seen that awesome race in between those 4. But there it is. That's another night of action with the Porsche 911s from the P1 boys. Still got a few rounds left of this, and we've also got the Mitsubishi Mitsubishi Evo versus the Subaru WRX League on Sunday nights. Why are people saying well done to me? I didn't do anything. So 9 o'clock on Sunday nights we've got the Subarus versus the Mitsubishis, and then Thursday nights 9 o'clock is the next round of the Porsches. That's what we've got coming up at the minute. There will be small leagues on the Monday nights. As and when they come through, I'll let you know. And the P1 boys will obviously set up leagues straight after these on Sundays and Thursdays. That's their regular night, so stick around if you want to see more racing. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to get yourself involved in some of the racing, then obviously get yourself on Facebook, find P1 Race Community or any of the Facebook groups associated, and get yourself involved. We are looking for clean drivers. This is not a smash-a-thon. It's not about sending people off the track. As you've seen, you know, race 1 there was a little bit of bumping and barging between Obi and Pav, and the position was given back so they could race it out again, even though there might not have been any blame as such. But that's the kind of thing we want, sportsmanship in this and clean racing. That's what we're after. So yeah, that's it from me tonight. Again, back on Sunday night at 9 o'clock for the WRX versus Evos, and then same time, same place next week for the next round of the Porsches. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched, people. If you have, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't, but most of all, I want you to tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.